not about the urban life, but how we deal with technology nowadays. And how about you, Marcelo? What do you think about this question?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I wouldn't say, of course, we have almost 8 billion people around the world, but bring to us here in Brazil, I think the most Brazilian, they don't have this kind of, connect with nature. That's why I agree with you, because, I can explain. We are, waving this kind of, surfing this kind of wave called technology, artificial intelligence, stuff like that. That's why I think the most people, you know, are moving to the big center like São Paulo, like Campo Grande, Natal, Santa Catarina, stuff like that. And but I don't care because uh, let's say we all know that the nature is kind of indispensable for our life, our balanced life, you know. And the most of them, the government and stuff like that, the culture, the people related the culture, how uh, may care about the nature. It's some kind of that should be teaching in even in elementary school, secondary school, high school. Because guys, I like this kind of connecting. I came from a rural zone, and nowadays I live in big city, but I'm missing some kind of moments. That's why the most my weekend I go to the farms, riding, hawking, stuff like that. It's so important. We try to balance it because I'm not sure if the governments around the world is care about it, you know. And I think we should to raising our hand and hey, you guys, stop, please. The natural is asking to stop. It's a crazy situation, but it is what it is. And what about you, Lucas? What do you think about this kind of subject?
Uh, yes, I think urban life has made people more distant from nature. Many people spend most of their time indoors using technology, and they uh, raramente, I don't know, interact with natural environments. And you, Maria Laura, what do you think?
I agree, and I think in nowadays we been a lot of time inside our homes, our buildings, and the lifestyle has changed since uh, years ago. So I think people has um, lost their connection with nature because I think it's one thing uh, of time and in urban life.
For sure, guys, for sure. I always talk to my boyfriend about this because I grew up in a big city in Vitória, Espírito Santo, and he grew up in a countryside, a small city here, the city that I currently live. And my hobbies are being on the computer, watching some series, everything related to technology. And his hobbies are vaccinating cows and planting some plants, so it's different. He's more connected to the nature just because he grew up with this culture. Question number 2. In your opinion, what is the most beautiful landscape you have ever seen in person? Marcelo.
Well, when it comes Vietnam, I'm not sure, guys, but before I go there for the first time, when it comes to Vietnam, I just remember me. It just connected this kind of country with Second War, you know, uh, a different country that around the Vietnam. But I've been there to 2019, and I had the opportunity to see in person the landscape that did record the film Avatar. Yeah, amazing. Like, if I remember well, that there is a scene. The avatar is flying above the island, float island. I'm not sure it's him. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's amazing, because I I did compare what I saw in the move and what I saw in there as person. It's amazing. It's a kind of, unbelievable place. It was, I was like emotion, beautiful. I can't manage it, the Vietnam, call it this kind of place, amazing.
I didn't know that the landscape of Avatar was filmed in Vietnam.
One of the sentencing was recorded there.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. How about you, Luis? But now I never been there, but I know it's amazing place to visit. Maybe
Yes,
one.
yes. My favorite landscape that I saw in my life was on Pantanal. I think in 2017, and was end of the day. Me and my best friend, we was riding motorcycle during as cheias. Pantanal é seco e cheio, né? Então na época de cheia, looks like ocean between the road, you know. So we ride for 2 hours surrounded by water and only with a road in us, and was beautiful because the sun was so red. The sun, the sundown, the o pôr do sol was so beautiful, and for me was unforgettable. So I think Pantanal, because I am a redneck, so I I love Pantanal. For me, it's the most beautiful place in the world. And how about you, Lucas? What do you think about the question number two?
I don't know, I think the most beautiful landscape I have seen was a beach at sunset. The sky had orange and pink colors, and the sound of the waves made the moment very peaceful. And you, Maria Laura, what do you think?
I think in my opinion is one waterfall I've been visited last year, and it was surrounded by green and a lot of mountains, and I think it was very beautiful. I was in Itanhaém, and there was really stunning.
Itanhaém é São Paulo?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys, let's go to question number 3. How do you react when you find yourself in a place with no cell phone signal and only the sound of wildlife? Lucas, please start.
At first, I feel strange because I'm used to my phone, but after some time, I relax and enjoy the silence and natural sounds. Uh, and you, Marcelo?
So, I usually, as I mentioned, the mostly my weekends, I usually go this kind of a little farm of my family, neighbor here, and you know, in there we have no signal, we have no internet, we have no microwave, no nothing, just inertia and the road. I'm feel yeah, I'm as Lucas mentioned, I'm relaxed because nobody bothering me, and my son, 10 years old, enjoy a lot some waterfalls in there, the animals, the poor air, just the trees, it's kind of different green, uh, the mountains. It's for me, it's amazing. I feel relaxed. I just for example, at the end of the day, when we need to go back to Natal, for example, man, I need to go to the reality. But yeah, I like it. I feel so good. Yeah. And what about you, Sarah?
Guys, I suffer a lot. At the first glance, when I get to the nature without cell phone or energy or internet, I suffer. I keep taking my phone and checking my phone all the time. And I have to, how can I say that? Arrumar alguma coisa para fazer to occupy my mind. I cannot just sit and talk. For me, I think I became a very impatient person to talk the whole day. I have to do something manually to distract my head. I think it's the effect of technology, of being 100% connected to something. Luis, what do you think?
Why, I feel so. My first feeling is about the gratitude to be away from internet. For instance, is the main reason that I love to go to the Pantanal on the weekends because it's perfect. You just have your motorcycle, a few gas, and you have the whole day to don't be sitting in the front of a screen. You have the whole day to swim the river, to fall, to make something, and to burn sunburn on our skins. So for me, it's perfect because unfortunately, one day everyone will have Starlink, so this piece will over. And how about you, Maria?
I would be anxiety, and I think it's one feeling that I've lost something because I really need to be checking my phone every day, and I think I would be like Sarah, and I think it will be one thing very stressful for me, but I think with the time I would be calm, and I think it's going everything well.
Yes, we get used to stuff. We are very adept species. So with the time we get used to this kind of life if we spend a lot of time without the internet. Question number 4, guys. If you had to survive in the forest for 3 days with only a knife, would you be able to do it? Luis, please start.
Well, I want to do nothing, nothing with a knife. I don't know how to use a knife in the forest. Just with, probably I will looking for, I don't know, for some bar.
But how are your skills in the wildlife? Can you manage to find shelter and find food, in your opinion? Or do you think you're gonna, you know, sofrer e não saber se virar sozinho na
No,
natureza?
yes, I can find some fruit, some kind of thing, but I can't kill a a cow to make a barbecue, I can't kill even a chicken, I can't. So probably I will try to just walk in the this kind of thing with a knife. And how about you, Marcelo? What's your reason? How you would survive with a knife in a forest?
You know, I wouldn't say, I would say it's, I wouldn't be like Tarzan, but for 3 days, I would say, yeah, I got it, yeah, like I said, I came from, a farm, I spent 10, 12 years of my life living in the farm, and I learned it a lot, you know. I remember I was part of the scout, scouteiros, at this time, and I learned a lot. But it's wouldn't be easier. But I think I will be able to do it for 3 days. I don't know, 1 week, 10 or more. Guys, I would like to share something because um, American education system for 2 times per month, the kids are take to the forest, to camping. Yeah, and there they learn it about like the connection with nature in the same times like to survive in this kind of situation, dangerous situation, stuff like that. It's so interesting. I'm not sure how it works in Brazil, but it should be a great thing to practice even 1 month. Just hey, you guys, I like because when it comes one knife, you are be able to do a lot of things in the jungle. Even build a shelter. Hunter, stuff like that. And it would be great because in these days we have sculptor groups. Even each state, included, they have some competitives between every stage. And the kids, even teenagers, they are capable to se virar in the forest for a long time. It's amazing because you will learn it. For example, how to make a fire, to build a shelter, to hunter, and they said defending themselves, stuff like this. It's so interesting. Yeah, it's not about just um, army or the military life, but it's about how to survive in this kind of situation. It's
Nice.
amazing.
Você incentiva the creativity of kids and teenagers.
Oh, for sure.
Be
Yeah.
creative to survive. Did your kid went to the scouts or only you?
Come again, please. Did you?
Your son, did he went to the escoteiros or only you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 times for a month. Uh, they they go to the it's a like a biological reserves,
Mhm.
near our city here, and they have a place where they building as barracas lá e tal, and learning how to, for example, build a shelter, hunter, and even to make a fire. So interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they have escoteiros para adultos? I need something like that.
No, I never heard for adult, just kids, teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Maria?
Honestly, I think I would die very quickly because I think some wild animal would find me and eat me, and I think I wouldn't make nothing because I don't have survival skills, and I think I'm very boba.
I'm with you, Maria. I'm like you. Probably I would eat some toxic fruit and also die. What about you, Lucas?
I think it would be very difficult, but I might survival by finding water, building a simple shelter, and eating fruits or small animals.
Nice, nice. All right, guys, question number 5. Do you think that protecting endangered species is more important than industrial progress? Maria, please start.
I think protecting is extremely important, but I think economy progress matters, and I think it should not destroy the environment, and I think it's important to preserve some areas and make the natural art like it was. What about you, Lucas?
I believe both are very important, but protecting endangered species should come first because biodiversity is essential for the balance of the planet. What do you think, Luis?
I totally agree with you, Lucas. We are on the same page, and I don't have nothing to add. Uh, Totally agree with you. We need to care about our environment because industrial progress is just a silly thing nowadays, you know. And how about you, Marcelo? What do you think about?
Oh, I guess that needs being a balance, because it's we need this kind of ecosystem to balance this the bio I forgot the word the yeah the ecosystems. And I think the most problem that we have around the world is because I guess a lot of people did learning about this kind of balance that should be between nature, and industrialization. Of course, I think we should, learn more and try to. I know, guys, we have a lot of activists around the world about that, but for me, it's enough to solve this kind of problem. I think we should to mobilization the population around the world and try to prove scientific way that we need to balance it, biodiversity and this kind of ecosystem that for us has been success on the long and the short and long term. That's why I think we need to learn a lot about this balance.
For sure, guys. Let's go to question number 6. Is it better to live in a house surrounded by trees or in a modern apartment in the city center, in your opinion, of course? Lucas, please start.
I would prefer a house cercada by trees because it is quieter, cleaner, and more relaxing than living in a busy city. And you, Mariela, what do you think?
I would prefer to live in a modern apartment in the city because I think it's more practical and close to everything. And right now I'm living in one apartment in the city, and I think it's very easy for me to make the things and my things to go or in one mall or in the supermarket, and I think it's very practical. What about you, Sarah?
I used to think an apartment was better when I was younger. Nowadays, I prefer to live surrounded by trees and far away from any neighbor. If I could choose to have a neighbor very, very far away from me, I would. Because it's hard to deal with other people, especially people in my neighbor. They do whatever they want whenever they want. It was an improvement to get out of an apartment and go to a house, because living in an apartment with reuniões de condomínio for me was very stressful to deal with bad decisions of síndicos. So in the house is better and far away from people. Estranho falar isso. I am a very sociable person, but it's hard to deal with other people's incompetence, you know. I get very stressful. What do you think, Marcelo?
I know what you mean, sir. Don't worry. Yeah, I spent 15 years living in an apartment, and as you mentioned, a meeting of economy is crazy, it's boring, it's stressful. And I had the opportunity to sold my apartment and sell current house where I'm living in this day. Where I had some kind of trees around me. It's amazing because I like I feel a good energy. My dog love and my son love than I, much more than I. And I don't have, thanks God, neighbor near me. It's making me feel more comfortable. Yeah, but I prefer being close of the nature for sure. What about you, Luis?
Well, I don't want to live in an apartment no more in my life. I have been living in a cool apartment. I don't have to complain, but for me, it's the end of the road, and I want to live in a house surrounded by trees and walking by food, no shirt, this kind of things, But I don't want to live in apartment anymore, no more. I can't. It's not for humans because I have a very unpolite neighbors, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Is this about?
This is a great topic for another meeting. I recently listened to a podcast called O Síndico. I don't know if you have ever heard of this podcast. It tells stories about síndicos and condos. I got scared because this story is real, and then it happens all around Brazil. Síndicos taking money off condos. So it's my calcanhar de Achilles. I suffer a lot with this.
You know, I don't know, just quick edits. I don't know if you guys heard about the Schopenhauer philosophy, where he say we suffer for desire that we don't have, and we suffer for the capability that that have what you want. Desejo de possuir e a sofrência de ter, ou desejo de ter e a sofrência de possuir. Schopenhauer já dizia, né? Então, assim, veja, hoje nós temos uma taxa Selic de 15% e as pessoas estão comprando, financiando apartamento. Então, assim, não sabem que estão se suicidando com a taxa Selic de 15% e estão comprando apartamento. Então, quem nunca morou tem esse desejo, essa vontade enorme de morar. Quem já morou, estamos nós aqui comentando. Crazy.
Yes, yes. Let's go to question number, não sei, 7. How does spending time in nature affect your stress levels and your ability to think clearly? Maria.
I think at first I would be a little more stressful because I'm not used to go in nature, but I think with the time I would be more relaxing and I could think more about the things in my life and think about everything in the nature and the world, and I think it's very relaxing with the time when you acostuma. And you, Lucas?
I think spending time in nature reduces my stress and helps me think more clearly. I feel calmer and more focused after being outdoors. Uh, what do you think, Marcelo?
Well, I think the most time you are, spend in the how can I say, in the nature, or farm and stuff like that. For my case, I feel more mindful that the happy people are some kind of people that are be able to plant and to harvest, because land it's it's a much more valuable that any quantity of money. You are for example, when I go to our place, our space in the farm, the little farm, I feel powerful because I just think by myself, here I be able to plant, to harvest, I'm feel like como é que eu posso falar? Eu me sinto poderoso, sustentável, entendeu? A live, I can be able to live in there, easy, of course. That's why when I, go there, I love it, guys. Yeah. What about
I
you, please? Sure.
I feel the same, Marcelo. For small activities that I do in my house, like mowing the lawn, I think is the expression, aparar a grama. And I don't have to pay someone to do that. And when I finish, I look at the grass and it's aparadinho, it's beautiful, and I did that. So the sensation is very good.
Yeah, I know. If you are be able to plant and to harvest, you are sustainable. Sustainable. It's a
Yes.
powerful. Yeah. I like the Yeah, maybe I've been low profile, but I like to feel this kind of sensation there, you know. How about you, Luis?
Yes, guys. I need to go to the nature from times to times because work in the front of this black screen with colorful letters is not cool, you know. And when you are all day sitting in a chair for 10, 12 hours, it's not cool. So when you're in the nature, you are walking by food, you are swimming the river, you are in the shadow in the breathing uh, a different air. For me it's okay, and I can realize, for instance, most of my problems is not so big that I think that they are, you know. So for me it's more like this, you know, like when I back to my home, I'm totally almost a new guy, and for me, this for this reason, I'm try to move to another city with more close to nature and this kind of things, you know. No, I don't want to spend my time in the front of a screen, you know, stuff like that.
For sure, sure. I like screams. For me, it's relaxing, but I think it doesn't compare to the relaxation of having nature around you.
But for instance, if you live close to the beach, for instance, I think that's more cool spend in the front of the ocean than on the screens. I don't know. Do you think that this would be cool for you, for instance?
Eu não entendi, passar mais tempo, tipo,
Por exemplo,
perto
você
da
morasse perto
praia?
da praia, você morasse na praia, né? Isso é mais legal ficar na praia do que trabalhando, por exemplo?
It's a good question. When I live near the beach, I went every day, and the sensation of just passing with the car and looking at the beach and the sunset, it was beautiful. And everybody that lives in my hometown, Vitória, they say the same, that they have to look at the ocean once a day, even just with the car, you know? But I don't know. É difícil comparar ficar na frente da praia e trabalhar. Eu vou querer ficar sempre na frente da praia. Trabalhar é ruim demais, gente. É bom, mas é ruim.
Horrível.
Ah, Lucas e Maria já responderam essa pergunta? Já, né? Ok. Let's go to the next one. If you could be an animal for a day, which one would you choose to experience the world? Lucas.
The question number 8. Uh, I would choose to be an águia. I don't know. So I could fly high and see the world from above. And you, Maria Lara, what do you think?
I would be one of my cats because I think they have a life very comfortable and don't have responsibilities. So I think they have one princess treatment, and I would love to have their lives. And you, Marcelo.
Wow. Wow. Ah, man. Can I skip it?
Como assim? No, you have to choose an animal.
I don't know, maybe ah, um, maybe a tiger. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. A white a white tiger from Siberia. Yeah, but I don't know why. It is what it is. What do you think, Luis?
I'm close to you, Marcel, because I would like to be, I don't know, maybe onça, because onça, I think that they are very cool because they spend all days hunting and catfishing, jacaré, and climbing the trees, and don't have fear of nothing. Stuff like that. And you,
You
Sarah?
guys, you guys are choosing very animals that have to work, have to hunt their food. I would go with Maria. I would choose my dog because she lays around all day sleeping and drinking the food that I put to her, the water that I put to her. So it's a good life. I want comfort. I don't want to hunt my own food.
It's interesting because there are some kind of psychology tests. The most of the psychology asking for you, hey, what do you want to do with you, for example, any animal? It's crazy. But there are, some kind of relationship with what you choose because it's uh, talking a lot about who you are, stuff like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I heard about it.
Yes, I've heard that too. But this is not a psychology test. I cannot test you guys. Let's go to question number 9. Do you believe that climate change is the biggest threat to our generation's future? Marcelo, please start.
Yeah, like I said, I think that should be balanced, more with more responsibility by the government around the world. Yeah, I do believe the climate change, impact a lot our Earth, our life, and I strongly believe we should, fight against this kind of situation nowadays. Uh, Try to awareness the people around the world, and that's why I sometimes agree with some activists, for this subject. But I do believe, yeah, we should to try balancing, you know. And then what about you, Lucas?
Um, yes, because climate change can cause extreme, pode causar eventos climáticos extremos, né? And serious, e a falta de alimentos e sérios problemas ambientais no mundo todo. And you, Maria Laura?
I agree with they because I think it's the biggest um it's one of the biggest threats to our generation's future to have to take care about the world because it can have consequences that are really horribles. It can extreme weathers and events, and I think it can impact our lives in many ways. And you, Luis?
I think that climate change it's a challenge for everyone, but I think the most challenge for everyone nowadays is how to deal with AI, because I think that our society, uh, for poor countries like Brazil, India, and other ones, will have AI will have a very social impact for our generation. No, so I think it's not the climate change, but I think that AI is a challenge for everyone.
I'm with you. I think we have the problem, the climate change problem, but I think we still have many years before it became a real problem. It's already a problem, but I think you guys understand. For me, the worst problem is technology and how we deal with technology. Let's go to question number 10. What is the most powerful natural event, like a storm or an earthquake, that you have ever witnessed or that you saw on TV and you were scared of? Luis, please start.
Tsunami. Tsunami, when I watched that in 2004 in maybe Thailand, for me was the most horrible, awful, and terrorizing event that I saw in my life. I'm so I have a enormous fear about tsunamis, and I think that is the horrible, awful. And how about you, Marcelo?
Well, for me, was a hurricane when I been in China, 2020, in North China, a city called Puyang. I heard this bad experience to see a hurricane, where 50% of the all cities was destroyed, and it was crazy because I can see a lot of people crying because that, and it's making me feel so bad. Of course, in panic as well, because I never saw it before in Brazil, but it's terrible, you guys. That's why sometimes I thank God, because in Brazil, whatever a lot of problem, we don't have this kind of venom here. It's a unimaginable, I can't imagine. You can't imagine the size, the strong of a hurricane. It's crazy. You can see, a great building going down, bridges, trees, everything around you being destroyed. It's a terrible, yeah. What about you, Sarah?
Everything related to water, like a tsunami or that, I don't know how to say that, flood, enchente, like that one that happened in Rio Grande do Sul. In my city, we have floods almost every year, and it's very sad because I keep thinking, how can you go to sleep living by the river, living near the river, and thinking that you cannot wake up? Or I could not go to sleep thinking that the river is coming up and maybe it's gonna go inside your house. So for me, everything related to water is muito grandioso na minha cabeça. Me dá muito medo. What about you, Lucas?
I think it was terremoto in Chile. I've been there several times and had never seen anything like it. And you, Maria Laura?
I've never experienced nothing at all, but I've been in Cancun when I was 7 or 8 years, and I experienced Furacão Irma, and it was coming, and the weather was very black. Everything was black and stronger rain, and I needed to come back to Brazil, and I don't have flights to come back, and with the time everything it's going to be okay, but when I was there, it was very stressful, and all my family was rezando, and it was very terrifying for us, and I was just a child, so I think it was very bigger, and I think it's one thing very stressful for me.
For sure, I can only imagine. Guys, thank you so much for being with me this whole hour. Have a nice week, and I'll see you guys some other time. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye